In the secret annals of history, an elusive truth has been guarded by the few. Hidden from the public eye, there exists a way to master your mind fully, they whispered. What if I told you that the notion of using only 10% of your brain is a mere cloud hindering the deep truth? Glial cells, the unsung heroes. How do they redefine our cerebral capabilities? Additionally, picture tapping into the pure power of brain hemisphere synchronization, nurturing hidden cognitive powers. But perhaps the most crucial question for you is, what incredible potential could you be missing out on by not leveraging this profound knowledge? Ever wonder if master your mind is more than just a phrase? You might find the answer hidden within the fabric of your own brain, a tapestry woven by both neurons and glial cells, cells whose stories have been overshadowed by the bright spark of their electrically charged companions. The real narrative starts in the microscopic alleys of your grey matter, where the unsung glial cells reside, patiently sculpting your experiences, memories and thoughts. Your mind's journey begins not with a single step, but an impulse. As neurons fire across synapses in a brilliant display of biological fireworks, it's the glial cells that maintain the rhythm of this dance. These tiny architects are shaping not structures of stone and mortar, but the very pathways of thought that define who you are. In the grand symphony of your cognitive processes, glial cells are the humble conductors, leading a chorus of nervous impulses amidst the silence of your thinking. They're present when learning new skills, transforming each struggle and triumph into a slender synaptic connection. It's here in the grand design of things that your potential lies. Like a wanderer in realms unknown, your mind quested, seeking truths and mastering skills, not realizing that the secret key to unlocking cerebral chambers full of wisdom was being forged behind the scenes, piece by the diligent glial cells. Yet, most tales forgotten by time linger in the shadows for a reason. They entail a change, a shift from the comfortable seat of accepted truths. You've lived believing that neurons were the sole harbingers of thought, overlooking the subtle but significant whispers of the glial cells that form the hidden ties of your intellectual tapestry. The plot twist no one told you about? These cells directly influence your neurons, regulating their ability to learn from the environment and from you. By now, your innate yearning for growth has propelled you beyond the familiar shores of neuronal activity into the less charted waters of the glial realm. You are the hero of your own mind, reconnoitering through the wilderness of synapses and star-like glia. Do you sense the shift? The understanding that your brain is a vast, mostly unexplored continent, its mysterious terrain yielding more the further you venture. The crest of this journey reveals that if these neural partnerships are left unattended, you might remain oblivious to heights you could scale, landscapes of mental prowess you could traverse. In mastering this knowledge, you encounter the greatest foe, the routine acceptance of incomplete insight. Yet as every hero faces a crisis, so too must you confront the notion that ignoring the foundation, the glial cells, leaves you with a castle built on sand, prone to the erosions of ignorance. Your quest nears its culmination, knowledge within grasp, the secret now clear as day. Glial cells are as pivotal to your mind's function as the stars are tonight. If we neglect to grasp the breadth of this intricate dynamic, could we be resigning ourselves to a life less extraordinary, when our full neurological potential is just within reach? Could crossing your arms do more than just express a mood? It turns out, quite unexpectedly in my life, that an action as subconscious as crossing limbs has the potential to ignite a cerebral symphony, orchestrating a balance between the creative and the logical, the right and the left brain. My personal odyssey into the realm of brain function began not unlike many, a quest for self-improvement, a hunger for cognitive vistas unexplored. In the early days of this journey, I lived unaware of the hemispheric harmony possible within my own head. My daily experiences were one-sided conversations, either buried in analytical tasks or adrift in creative daydreams, never realizing my mental tapestry required a more nuanced weave. But as it is often with quests of personal evolution, a mentor appeared this time in the guise of science. Whispered tales and dog-eared journals spoke of neuroplasticity and cross-lateralization, a language foreign and yet deeply resonant. Adopting these new practices was like wandering into uncharted territory. Brushing my teeth with the non-dominant hand felt like deciphering an ancient puzzle. Crossing arms and legs became a ritual, a silent incantation invoking brain integration. Through these simple, repetitive tasks, the once impenetrable veil between the disparate domains of my mind began to lift subtly. Imagine standing at the precipice of your own potential, the brain's hemispheres like two vast continents bridged by your very actions. This was the threshold I crossed, finding equilibrium in motion, witnessing the logic and the art within intertwining in newfound ways. It was an awakening to a mental state few ever know they seek, where analytical solutions were infused with creative zest and problem-solving, transformed into an act of imaginative play. Yet, amid this burgeoning dawn, a challenge loomed large. The old guardians of habit stood their ground, resisting the fresh orchestration unfolding within. It was here, in the fires of transformation, that the truth seared itself into my consciousness. Intentional hemispheric synchronization isn't merely a theory but a living practice, and its neglect could mean the forfeiture of a mind's artful dexterity. It wasn't until these rhythmic bilateral movements sculpted my daily ritual that the duality within began to coalesce into synergy. Logic and creativity, once dueling forces, now danced in lockstep, a pas de deux of thought and expression. Standing at this journey's peak, the lesson unfurled. In the pivot of arms and legs, in the decision to challenge old neural patterns, you find the key to unlocking the gates that lead to the full grandeur of your cognitive kingdom. When such insights are embraced, overlooked dimensions of skill, learning, and creativity unfold before you, like a grand map to a treasure that has always been yours to claim. Is our brain's dominance pattern a hidden conductor of our daily life's symphony? Picture yourself tracing the natural ebb and flow of the tides. This same rhythmic dance occurs within your brain, shaping your moments of insight and decisiveness. From the time I recognized this natural phenomenon in myself, the day's unpredictable cadence took on new meaning. Waking up each morning, you might not realize that a silent tug-of-war unfolds within your mind. On some days, logic prevails, guiding you through tasks with precision and clarity. At other times, creativity holds the reins, providing a surge of innovation and emotional depth. This is no random pattern, but a finely tuned cycle of hemispheric dominance, choreographing your cognitive ballet. In my own experience, the discovery of this oscillation between the analytical and the imaginative was akin to an archaeologist uncovering an ancient civilization. It changed the landscape of my understanding. Observing how during certain hours my calculations were effortless, while at other times my writing flourished, a greater appreciation for my brain's intrinsic wisdom took root. Each hemisphere, in its own time, took center stage to play its part in the day's unfolding drama. Embracing this knowledge, the notion of a sleepy mind, understimulated and rigid, started to unravel. I began to anticipate these shifts, aligning my tasks with the natural rhythm of my brainwave's tides. The mornings became a sanctuary for structure and logic. Afternoons transformed into a canvas for creativity and connection. The mundane metamorphosed into an arena of self-discovery and cerebral balance. Realizing the power of this waveform added dimension to my life. It was a passport to multiple modes of thinking, a key to unlocking the full usability of my cerebral assets. Now it's clear that ensnaring yourself in the trap of one-sided cognition may blind you to the spectrum of intellectual and emotional richness offered by your own mind. At the cusp of this realization, the truth illuminates your journey. By recognizing and adapting to these cerebral tides, you forge a link between the left and right brain, unlocking a treasure trove of versatility and adaptability. Walking in tune with the brain's natural rhythm, your daily experiences transform into a symphony of efficiency and creativity, a harmonious blend that elevates the very essence of your potential. Are we prisoners to our neural pathways' well-worn grooves? It can feel as if your mind is a fortress with habitual patterns as its walls, impervious and unyielding. But walls are meant for scaling and grooves for smoothing into new pathways. Within your mind lies a landscape that is both the map and the territory, and you are the cartographer, etching out new routes in place of the old. Imagine a time when every day is a mirror of the last, life's autopilot engaged without a second thought. That was once me, stuck on repeat, treading familiar paths with precision, yet yearning for untrodden trails. Every habit carried the comfort of the known, but came with the cost of untapped possibilities. Routines became ruts, and I, inadvertently, their devoted trail walker. My mind's journey foretold a quest that would shake the very foundations of these ingrained patterns. It demanded a hero's courage and a willingness to face the guardians of old habits, confronting them head-on. A realization struck, a call to adventure, To awaken the dormant areas of my brain, I must tread into the wildlands of change. It was a daunting trek, rife with trials but also revelations. Each small change was an experiment, a skirmish against the inertia of the commonplace. Shifting habits, such as taking different routes to familiar places, or adapting my routine to include new challenges, demanded more of me. Like confronting a labyrinthine puzzle, it was perplexing and at times tiresome, but the taste of discovery pushed me onwards. The transformation didn't occur overnight. Step by step, new neural byways emerged, a network of roads and highways replacing the old singular track. These paths diverged in the wood of my mind, and I was determined to travel both. Slowly, the vistas broadened, and with each challenge surmounted, mental flexibility grew, barriers fell, new horizons beckoned. The crux of this metamorphosis lay in the revelation that adaptability and the quest for knowledge were not mere whims but essentials for growth. It was not just about breaking the walls, but about stepping through the rubble to see your mind's true expanse. Your adventure's climax isn't a battle won, but an understanding earned, that with each conscious change, you dismantle the fortress of habits to reveal the boundless potential that awaits. Now, perched upon the newfound heights of cognitive liberty, you can gaze upon the landscape and recognize the journey for what it was, a hero's venture, an inner odyssey of adaptation and discovery. As you depart from the well-worn grooves and emerge into an expanse where synapses fire with unprecedented freedom, you must own this narrative. Your mind is not a trap, but a treasure trove of limitless landscapes that you have the power to explore and redefine at will. The notion that the brain remains largely dormant is a dispelled myth. Mastery is within reach. Yet, if the depth of your mind remains unexplored, what secrets lie dormant in your untapped mental universe? To immerse yourself further into the art of cerebral harmony and foster a complete engagement of your intellectual faculties, watch and traverse the path to unlocking your full potential.